What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. We're going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens today because I think this is one of those teams that's got a revenge season coming in the books. Last season got derailed by injuries, and let's hope this doesn't happen again because I truly believe the only thing that can stop these Baltimore Ravens is injuries. So if they stay healthy, I think they're going to be great. I'm going to break down the depth chart and the schedule, how many games I think they're going to win. Let me know in the comments how many games you think the Baltimore Ravens will win this year. What are you kind of expecting from them? I'm expecting a major bounce back season. Just a little reminder for y'all, I do football and basketball. I did a lot of basketball the last couple of months, but the basketball season in the NBA is, free agency's over. It's kind of coming to a slow halt right now. Football's popping up. A lot of good energy about it. So I'm kind of talking about a little more football lately, but I will be getting back with some basketball videos really soon for those of y'all that are interested. But let's talk about these Ravens, okay? During Lamar Jackson's entire tenure there, they've had one common problem every single year. They've been terrible at receiver, right? Every single year with Lamar Jackson. The dude won an MVP with a bad receiving core. And I think you got Lamar paid. You got him healthy. We got that. That's all situated. He's the quarterback. This is our franchise. Done deal. We don't have that drama over us anymore. Cool. Now you surrounded him with weapons for the first time in his career. You did the right thing as an organization. You surrounded your superstar talent, I should say, with weapons to throw to. You added Zay Flowers in the first round this year. I thought that was great. You added Odell Beckham Jr. to the fold, and if he stays healthy, we know how great he can be. You added Nelson Aguilar as like your fourth or fifth receiver. So now your depth chart at that receiver position just looks way different. And you're also getting back a first-round pick from a couple years ago in Rashod Bateman at receiver. So you've really got, Devin Duvernay was the wide receiver 1 for a lot of last season. He's the wide receiver 4 now. So, and that's not to knock Duvernay because Duvernay's a solid receiver. But when you got 5 solid targets right there at wide receiver, and I haven't even talked about top 2 tight end Mark Andrews. So, you got toys for him, right? The O-line looks good. You got all-pro. You got stud players in Ronnie Stanley. Tyler Linderbaum is a baller at center. You got a lot of good things going there. Isaiah Likely as your backup tight end is nice. I like that. You got a two-headed monster at tight end. Andrews is a dog, right? That's a top 2 tight end in the NFL. But the only thing I do kind of have a little bit of a question mark next to is the running back position because J.K. Dobbins has had a lot of injury history, a lot of injury-riddled years, a lot of drama kind of going on in him with the running back situation. Those guys not getting paid. I do like Gus Edwards as a backup running back. They did just add Melvin Gordon. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not in love with it, but I also don't hate it at the same time. And I think they also, the changing of offensive coordinator, everything, the scheme, kind of what they're doing is all changing. It used to just be run. Now you got explosive weapons out there. They're going to go play with them. So I expect a big, major bounce back here from this offense and Lamar Jackson as a whole. I think that is going to be something special to watch this year. This is the first time we've seen this dude with actual weapons. We are going to talk about the defense right now. I do think their defense could be very, very good. I'm going to put a screenshot of their depth chart, kind of how it looks for the defense for you all to see. But I think starting on the D-line, you have Michael Pierce, who's been really, really good in his career. Travis Jones showed some flashes last year as a rookie. Really like how he's projecting. I think he's going to be a good lineman in this league. And then the linebacker, like the edge rushing spot, linebacker, edge rusher, it's all kind of the same thing at this point. They got 2 dudes who could both be potential breakout candidates in Odafe Owe and David Ojabo. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Odafe real quick because he's one of the fastest DNs, linebackers, whatever you want to call him, in the league. And I think this is a year where we could see him get into that 10-sack territory. Got all the natural raw tools to do it. So he's just got to be healthy and be able to do all that. I think we can expect that. And then David Ojabo, right? He is my dark horse on this defense because this is a guy that last year, pre-Achilles tear in the combine, he was a consensus top 10 pick. Got the worst injury luck ever with that combine thing happening. But he did play in a couple games to finish last season. He did make it back. And then in one game he did have a forced fumble. He did have a sack. Like he made a play out there. So, that's what he was supposed to be, right? As a elite pass rusher. And we saw a glimpse of that. Now you have him, not dealing with this injury and, he's fully healthy going through this offseason for the first time in his NFL career. Granted, it's only been 2 years. And you're going to get a version of him that we haven't seen yet. And I think he's going to be really, really good as long as that Achilles holds up. Of course, you have one of the best linebackers in the game, Roquan Smith. Traded for him last year. Don't really need to talk a lot about Roquan. We know how good he is. He's dude's a baller, tackling machine. Can expect all that. Where I really like them is the secondary because they got 3 dudes in the secondary that I absolutely love. Start with a top 5, top 10 quarterback in Marlon Humphrey. He's legit, locked down. He's got the clamps every single game, every single week. That's Marlon Humphrey for you. So I like that. Marcus Williams at safety, at free safety, whatever you want to call it. They interchange them all the time. He's one of the best safeties in the league, right? He's top 5, top 10, like Marlon Humphrey. And I think that they were a better defense when he was on the field last year. He missed some games due, I think it was like a broken forearm or something like that. But 4 interceptions in limited games. Dude's a baller. He's a playmaker. He's kind of one of the captains of that defense. Marcus Williams is a baller. I love that dude. And then next to him, you have Kyle Hamilton, who really kind of got better as his rookie season progressed. Started to make more plays, got more comfortable in the defense. It's usually a lot to learn, but he started to figure it out as it went on. Now you got year 2 version of him. You can expect a jump. All right, enough about the players. We talked about how great some of these guys are, how great they can be, and what we kind of expect. Let's talk about the schedule, because that's really what's going to matter. Who are we going to beat? Who are we going to lose to? I will put screenshots of the schedule on the screen for you guys so you can see exactly which games I'm talking about, looking at weeks, all that good stuff. Week 1, we have the Houston Texans. That's a dub. I like CJ Stroud. I like what Houston's kind of building over there, but that's a dub. Enough said. The Bengals in Cincinnati, I'll say that's probably a loss. I think, spoiler alert, I think that they're going to split the series between the Steelers and the Bengals. I think those 2 teams are both going to be really, really solid. I think this division is nasty, but I like, the Bengals on, at home. I think that's fair to say. And then you have week 3 against the Indianapolis Colts. Colts look like an absolute dumpster fire right now. So I'm going to say dub there, 2-1. Against the Browns, 3-1. And then I think on the road in Pittsburgh, probably lose that game. Got you at 3-2. Then you're going to get the Titans on the road. I think they beat the Titans. I think the Titans aren't going to be any good at all. That's 4-2. Lions, who I think are going to make the playoffs this year, but I will say that I do think the Ravens win this game. 5-2. I think they absolutely murder the Cardinals. 6-2. Seahawks going to be a really, really fun team this year. I think Seattle's going to be really, really good. I'm going to say probably a loss here. I think that's like 6-3. Browns, you're at 7-3 with a win there. I think they beat the Bengals in this one at home, 8-3. Then they're going to play my Chargers. I'm going to try not to have a homer bias, but I do think, this game is going to be great. This is probably one of the games I should actually look to going to because it's in LA, and I'm an LA boy, Southern California boy at least. I'll take my Chargers in that one. I think that game's going to be really, really good. It could go either way, but I put them at 8-4 after that game. I think both teams stylistically are going to match up a lot different this year than they have in years past. So, enough said about that. The Rams, I think the Rams game, that's probably going to be a blowout. I don't really like the trajectory of the Rams this year. I think right now you're at, 9-4, and then you're going to play the Jags. I think the Jags are going to be really, really solid. I'll take the Jags in that game. I think that puts you at 9-5. Niners are a toss-up because we just really don't know what they're getting at quarterback, but that defense is nasty. I would say probably maybe an L here, 9-6. So, yeah, it's looking like a little down towards the finish of the season, but these are some really tough opponents. I think they beat the Dolphins. That's 10-6, and I do think they beat the Steelers here, 11-6. So I do think, 11 wins is kind of that borderline. Some of these games are going to go different. I'm not going to go, 17-0 or whatever it is now. Like, I'm not going to get that right. That's not going to happen. Some of these are going to be wrong. They might destroy my Chargers. They might lose to the Dolphins. They might, lose both games of Pittsburgh. Anything could happen in this case. But I do think 11 wins is a solid kind of guesstimate mark for what this team can be. They could be more. They could be a 12-win team, 13-win team. Maybe they're 10 because there is a lot of tough games on the schedule. But I think 11 is fair, is solid, and I think it's a realistic expectation. This is the first time, like I've said many times in this video, this is the first time we got Lamar Jackson with weapons. If the only thing that can stop them is health, in my opinion. I think injuries are the only thing that can slow them down. It's the only thing that slowed them down in years past. Hopefully that changes this year, but I think 11 wins is solid. So let me know how many wins you got for the Baltimore Ravens in the comments. Let me know who you disagree with me picking them to lose or win against, because I do think a lot of these games are tough. It's a lot of good teams on this, but I do think they're going to be a really, really good team this year. 11, 12 wins, I would bookmark that. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Please like the video, but shout out to the Baltimore Ravens because they built a really, really nice looking offense, making some changes. It's going to be a good year. All right, thanks for watching. I'm done. Peace.